scores and titleists of the night being announced across the board, and a lot of Southern Utah capturing some titles in various events. Spencer McLaughlin back with you, and Southern Utah coach Scotty Bauman with an early jump up here onto the headset in the post meet, and the score's still being finalized and whatnot, but it looks right now, coach, like you've got a 196-1-5 and another win here on your home floor. How does that feel?
It feels great, Spencer. I'm really proud of the way the girls are able to get composed, even after a fall early in the lineups, how they were able to put it together on beam. That's harder than it looks. So, the way they were able to do that says a lot about this team. And our floor team, the way they were able to put that together. We've averaged a 49-3 on floor the last 3 meets, and 2 of those were on the road. So we know we have a fantastic floor team. They did a great job tonight. I'm so proud of them.
Go to that balance beam in the third rotation. You unfortunately start with a fall and then go 5 for 5 down the stretch, and it ends up being your second highest score of the night with a 49.05. What did it take to get your gymnasts to execute down the stretch?
It just, it's a mindset, really. They know to just stay calm and not worry about that. What happened before is really kind of irrelevant, and they know that. And the way they're able to do that, it's great to see that mental composure through our lineup, especially going into our last athlete with Maria Ferguson. This is the second time she's ever done beam in college, and she's a sophomore, and last week was the first time. So she's doing a good job in that position.
You came out on vault, which was your lowest score of the night. You talk a lot about building over the course of a season, over the course of the meet. How did you feel like your team was able to build and have their final rotation be their best?
Vault, we were just not on tonight, and we warmed up so good. I was so confident going into that rotation, and then we didn't hit any of our landings, and that 48.7, we totally deserved that. But we've got to get better. I thought Brentley Christensen's vault was outstanding. She did a great job, a small step forward on a Yurchenko 1.5. And Naya did the Yurchenko 1.5 for the first time in her entire life tonight. And all we told her, we're like, we don't care if you stick it or not, Naya. We just want you to make sure you overdo it, if anything. Take a big step forward. And she held us to that. So she did a great job. So proud of her.
Well, they officially announced the final score there. You see it, 196-1-5 for Southern Utah, their second highest score of the season. Sac State with a 192.725, but you had 2 underclassmen out there competing in the all-around, as has often been the case. It's a very young team that you've constructed. Sac State has that similarity as well for their second-year head coach, but 2 sophomores competing in the all-around week in and week out. What's it like to put that much trust in a couple of young kids?
Oh, those 2 are easy to put that kind of trust into. They're incredible athletes, but if you know those 2 young ladies for who they are as people, that tells you why they can go out there and do that all day. These girls, Wednesdays are optional practices for us, and those girls are in there most Wednesdays. And they're our 2 best kids, 2 of our leaders too. So I'm so proud of Naya and Brinley, the way they do things and the way they handle competition. So they're only getting better and better as the year goes.
Your first 5 meets were all away from Cedar City. This is the first of 3 straight. You told me how excited you were to finally be coming back home here to the AFIC. When you put up a score like that here tonight, how great does that feel for the locker room?
It feels so good. Honestly, I was worried after vault, I'm not going to lie. And then going into bars, I saw our bar team start to really pick it up. And don't kid yourself, even though Maria Ferguson fell on bars, that girl is one of the most beautiful, technically sound bar workers on the planet. And that kid's going to be scoring 9.9s consistently here shortly. And, I'm not even worried about it. But at the same time, we left a lot of gymnastics out on the floor, and we've been doing that all season long. But I'll be honest with you. Normally our first home meet, they try way too hard. This crowd was amazing, and the atmosphere down on the floor was incredible. And you could feel it down there, and they tried just a little bit harder, and so they make those small mistakes, and it really comes out on beam and bars.
In that third rotation, you started with the fall, and as things were progressing, there was a moment where you were probably getting more camera time than you realized, but you were standing on the edge of the beam.
Me?
And it looked like there was a little bit of gnawing of fingernails in there. What was going through your head as you're just probably sitting there hoping just go 5 for 5 and hit your routines?
Honestly, and this is what we've kind of come, because poor Elliot fell in the last meet too, the first kid up on beam, and that was our first rotation. We started on beam, and Elliot was the first one up. Elliot's our first kid up on beam for a reason. That kid knows how to hit beam, you know. So this is really uncharacteristic of Elliot. I'm not worried about Elliot at all. I'm gonna give her these last 2 meets. She's gonna be in there on Monday, and she's gonna be ready to go. That kid's just matted up now to go out there and score at 9.95. That's what I feel like she's gonna be able to do. And it's these guys. They still got work to do. And then after Elliot made that mistake, you could tell we were just trying kind of not to fall, you know, and rather than take risks and be aggressive up there. So, but we can do so much better on beam. In my opinion, I mean, our bar team is incredible and our floor team is incredible. I think our beam team is easily our best event. So.
Well, Coach, you're rocking the heck out of that Hawaiian shirt. It looks fantastic. Look at it on TV. You're almost blending into the backdrop.
I know. It's really funny to look at that.
Scotty, appreciate the time as always.
Thanks, Spencer. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, we will be right back with a quick post-meet wrap-up. Maddie McBride will be back with me. Stay tuned right after this.